Good morning, everybody. I want to just take an opportunity to thank the Mid-Atlantic BX for putting together this great event and all the wonderful sponsors that have come out today to support one another. And again, really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you guys here this morning. So, my name is Matt Bachert. I'm with Printastat. My partner in crime today is Eric Hardenbrook, who you'll be introduced to here in a second. In any case, we're here to basically talk to you about data management and project coordination, avoiding headaches in the field. But before we get into more of the details of that, I just want to introduce you to who we are. So Printastat, obviously in 2014 we'll be celebrating our 60th anniversary. Big year for us next year, and we've been a solutions provider in the AEC space for a very, very long time. And although we're a local company, family owned and operated, we do have 11 offices throughout the Mid-Atlantic, so we can support you in your travels to job sites and support you in your efforts to expand your markets. Looks like I'm having a problem with power here. Hold on 1 second. Do you have a power cord there? And basically, when I say that we're a total solutions provider, we actually have a couple of different segments of our business. One that we're going to be in here today to talk to you about is our software solutions division. We support a number of different manufacturers, including Autodesk, Bluebeam, which are the two that we're going to talk about today, but we also provide some other support products on the software side from a design and coordination perspective. Large format printing, and then all of the engineering and surveying supplies that you guys potentially utilize in the field. Our software solutions division, again, like I mentioned before, we actually provide software, so we're actually working directly as an Autodesk reseller currently, as well as a Bluebeam reseller, and again, both of those two work hand in hand. Autodesk obviously is the primary design solution that most AEC firms are utilizing in the construction space these days, especially with the advent of the BIM process and ultimately how folks are leveraging modeling data throughout their coordination process. As part of that, we actually handle any type of installation, implementation support, training, technical support that you might need throughout the time that you guys are obviously evaluating software or potentially implementing new platforms and programs. We're able to kind of pull a lot of the details and a lot of different supports together that you're going to need to kind of get your processes moving in the right direction. Consulting is another area that we've recently increased our capabilities from a project perspective. So obviously in the space we know that we all like to be forward thinkers and planners, but we ultimately sometimes end up behind the 8 ball, and we end up landing a project that we need certain technologies for that we might not necessarily be as comfortable utilizing as what we need to. So Printastat actually has the capability with our engineers and architects on staff to come in and provide some consulting support for your company to help you guys move forward, to understand the deliverables that are being required of you, and then ultimately to make sure that your systems are working correctly together so that you guys can stay ahead of schedule. We brought on 3D laser scanning a couple of years ago, so obviously 3D laser scanning and point cloud data has been a big part of what the AEC market has been evaluating as far as a tool. We've been implementing that for about 3 or 4 years now, so we're kind of ahead of the curve in regards to how that fits in different applications that it can help fill for you. 3D printing, educational seminars, and we ultimately can come into your business, places of business, and provide you with lunch and learn opportunities to help obviously develop your knowledge base and increase your levels of proficiency in certain areas depending upon what you might be looking for. One of the big things that we wanted to announce is we just recently moved. We're now over 445 West Philadelphia Street in New York, and that's our corporate office. And again, like I mentioned, we have 11 locations that obviously span the Mid-Atlantic, but our corporate office from a software perspective is now going to be located at 445 West Philadelphia Street. So feel free to stop in. Our authorized training center is there. Our team is there. You're more than welcome to stop in anytime you'd like to kind of see us and ask any questions that you might have. As far as our presentation today is concerned, I'm going to turn it over to Eric here in a second. But what we're going to essentially be discussing is your Autodesk tools and how we can actually leverage Autodesk tools in conjunction with Bluebeam Review, which is essentially a PDF markup editing and creation tool, and how you guys can leverage these tools together as a package to obviously create more efficiencies in your field coordination. So again, Navisworks will be a software that you'll see referenced. Revit, which is part of the BIM process, is what you also see referenced. But please understand that Bluebeam Review, when we start to talk about field coordination, you'll also be able to leverage your traditional AutoCAD tools as well. A lot of people are still utilizing PDFs to obviously move their data from the office to the field, and this is a way to digitize that process, obviously recoup some costs, and then ultimately create more efficiencies in the process moving from the office to the field for the coordination of the construction process. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Eric, and he's going to kind of move into the more technical part of our presentation. Please feel free, if you have any questions, we have a booth set up in the back. Feel free to stop back and ping us with anything you might have. Thank you.
Take just a quick moment to switch over here. Rather than a PowerPoint presentation, I had a video set up. Just good morning. Just so everyone knows, my name is Eric Hardenbrook. I am an application engineer with Princeton. I spent the past 15 years working in commercial architecture. I'm also the president-elect of the Central Pennsylvania Construction Specifiers chapter. Just to give you a little background on me. I switched over to the Princeton team. I really genuinely believe in all of these products, and I think that there's a need out there for people to learn about these tools to make them more efficient and to get that efficiency to make them have better projects. As Matt was saying, the presentation that I have put together this morning starts with Navisworks, which I think a lot of people who work out in the field will recognize. I'm just going to go ahead and let this run as I talk about it. But what we're going for with that is also connection to the PDF. A lot of people know and understand PDFs as they were from Adobe. Here we are starting with the Navisworks, which some people may recognize. Adobe no longer is the owner of PDF. PDF is now an ISO standard, and that's something that a lot of people are paying attention to, including the construction industry. There's a team of companies out there that are actually trying to work together and put together a PDF standard to use in the construction industry, much the same way that there were attempts to put together a CAD standard. And Bluebeam is part of that team that's putting together that standard. Now we have, as you can see as we're rolling through this, let me stop right there.